We voted her in. That's the part that still stings. Karen wasn't always the villain of this story, at least not at first. At the annual HOA meeting, she stood confidently at the front of the clubhouse holding a neat folder of proposals. She spoke about community standards, about protecting property values, about restoring pride to the neighborhood. She said the current board was too relaxed, too inconsistent, too passive. And if we were honest, some of us agreed. Lawns had become uneven, trash bins sometimes sat out too long, a few homes had peeling paint that never seemed to get addressed. Karen promised structure, fairness, accountability. She smiled often, made eye contact, nodded while others spoke. She said rules only work when they're applied equally. That line earned applause. When the ballots were counted, she won by a wide margin. People congratulated her, took pictures, clapped her on the back. We walked home feeling optimistic. Finally, someone organized. Finally, someone proactive. The first month under her leadership felt quiet. Then the letters began, not dramatic, just frequent. Reminder, lawn edging required. Reminder, trash bin timing. Reminder, exterior decor requires pre-approval. Most of us complied without complaint, but something felt different. The tone wasn't neighborly. It was clinical, precise, cold. Then the reminders turned into violations, and the violations turned into fines. That's when optimism started fading and regret started forming. Escalation wasn't sudden, it was strategic. Karen introduced a revised enforcement schedule during her second month in office, just clarifying existing rules, she said. The document was 12 pages long. New inspection intervals, structured penalty tiers, administrative review fees. Most of us didn't read it carefully. We trusted her. After all, we voted her in. Then came the daily drive-bys. Same vehicle, same slow crawl down the street every morning. Clipboard visible. Phone camera raised occasionally. The first serious fine landed on a retired couple's doorstep. $450 for ongoing landscaping noncompliance. Their grass was half an inch above regulation. Half an inch. Next, a single mother was fined for decor inconsistencies. Then we received ours. $275 for garage door left open beyond acceptable duration. It had been open 22 minutes while unloading groceries. Neighbors began whispering, comparing letters. And patterns emerged. The strictest fines went to those who had questioned minor budget items in the past, those who asked about reserve funds, those who challenged small decisions. Karen wasn't just enforcing rules, she was tracking dissent. At the next meeting, attendance doubled. The mood was different. Less applause, more crossed arms. When someone gently suggested enforcement felt excessive, Karen responded, "Standards require discipline." Her smile didn't reach her eyes. And that's when the regret deepened. Because we hadn't elected balance, we had elected control. Within 6 months, fines became predictable. Not random. Predictable. Speak up at a meeting, inspection within 48 hours. Request financial clarification, violation notice within the week. The fines weren't devastating individually. $150, $300, $500. But layered together, they became pressure, psychological pressure. One family attempted to contest a violation. Karen responded by adding a formal review fee. Another requested mediation. She added administrative processing charges. It was clever, technically framed within policy language, but heavy-handed. Then came the lien threats. 2 households received certified letters. Outstanding balance may result in legal action. That's when fear entered the neighborhood. People stopped speaking at meetings, stopped asking questions. Compliance replaced conversation. And that's when we realized something terrifying. We had built this. Our votes gave her authority. Our silence strengthened it. A small group of residents began reviewing governing documents, amendment procedures, quorum requirements, financial disclosures, and we discovered something unsettling. Several enforcement expansions had never been formally voted on. They existed in email updates, not in recorded meeting minutes. The power she was using, partially unapproved. Regret turned into resolve, because if we voted her in, we could vote her out. The emergency meeting was the largest in community history, standing room only. No applause this time, just documentation. Residents presented timelines, selective enforcement charts, copies of amendments without recorded votes, financial summaries showing increased reliance on fine revenue. Karen attempted to defend her actions. Protecting standards, maintaining order, preserving property value. But when asked to produce official quorum documentation for enforcement expansions, she couldn't, because it didn't exist. The HOA attorney confirmed procedural gaps. Silence filled the room, not angry silence, measured silence. Then the vote was called. It wasn't dramatic, it was decisive. Karen was removed as president immediately. As she walked out, the same neighbors who once applauded her now simply watched. No shouting, no celebration, just consequence. The policies were revised, enforcement procedures clarified, transparency requirements strengthened. The neighborhood didn't become perfect overnight, but it became balanced again. We voted HOA-Karen in, then regretted it, because leadership isn't about strictness, it's about fairness, and power, when given too easily, can become something else entirely. If you've ever supported someone in leadership and later realized it was a mistake, share your experience in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share, because silence protects imbalance. Accountability restores it.